Vidi aquam egredientem de templo.
Good evening, Father. So, thank you for your time and welcome in France, first of all. So, I wanted to ask you, well, can you maybe present yourself for our French-speaking audience about, first of all, your, where did you come from?
Sure. So my name is Father Carlos Borja, and I'm one of the assistants to His Excellency in Omaha, Nebraska. And I've been a priest now for 9 years. I was ordained on December 12th, 2012 by His Excellency there in Omaha, Nebraska. And I actually was one of his students in high school. I went to boarding school there in Omaha when I was 12 years old. And it was through means of being there around the example of His Excellency the Bishop, the sisters, and the seminarians that I started to think about becoming a priest. So I've been there now since 2002 when I went as a student. But nevertheless, I'm there in Omaha, and I assist His Excellency there with the parish work, and I also teach in the school. I teach a few classes in the high school, and then I was also teaching in the seminary. Had a little break, and now I'll be teaching again this coming year in the seminary. And for myself, I go back and forth on the weekends. So I stay in Omaha during the week, and on the weekends I fly out to Denver, Colorado. I have a parish, Our Lady of the Snow, in Denver, Colorado. Maybe about 400 people there in the parish. And I arrive Friday evenings, and then I have Mass on Saturday mornings. I have sick calls, appointments, people to visit, and then I have 2 Sunday Masses there, and then fly back to Omaha for school, and keeps me busy.
Yeah, absolutely, because these numbers are really absolutely impressive for us from our French standpoint. How many parishes, schools, the Cmri runs in the US?
So I would say we have approximately, I believe between 70 and 90. I can't remember the number if it was with the US and the other countries, but we have many parishes there in the United States. We have over 13 schools run by sisters of the Congregation of Mary Immaculate Queen, the Cmri, and then the bishop also founded another congregation of sisters by the name of CMD, the Congregation of the Mother of God. So between the 2 sisters, they have congregations. We have over 13 schools. We have a minor seminary, and then we have 2 major seminaries in the United States. So we have Mater Dei Seminary in Omaha, or outside of Omaha. The seminary was moved to Iowa, which is right outside of Omaha. They were able to acquire a piece of property with 10 acres and in a building, and so it's out in the country, very good for the seminarians out there. And then that's for the secular seminarians, because the bishop has obviously religious seminarians that are part of the congregation, and then seminarians that are not part of the congregation but work together. And so the religious are out in Colorado. In Olathe, Colorado, they have the religious seminary out there.
Okay. And so now obviously we are in France, so is it your first time in Europe and in France? Or?
No, I've been to Europe a handful of times. I actually was here in France 2 years ago, 2019, August of 2019. I came to Europe to visit Father Heine. I know him from when he was in the seminary there in Omaha, and I was a student, and we formed a friendship and have been good friends with Father for many years. So I'd like to come out here and visit him in Germany as often as I can. And then when I was here in 2019, I was offered the possibility of going on pilgrimage somewhere here in France, and they asked me where I wanted to go, and I said I wanted to go to Ars to see the Cure of Ars. And so it is that Father, and then I have a good friend of mine, Kevin Davis, that lives in Germany, and his wife. They took me on pilgrimage, and Father as well. And so we came to Ars. We went to Nevers, Pereira and Father Legal actually met us in Ars, and I was privileged to be able to have Mass at the actual shrine of St. John Vianney there.
Very good.
Yes.
So, and now, what is the purpose of your trip this week and the next week in Europe and in France?
So His Excellency is here doing confirmations. We were supposed to have come, or he was supposed to have come back March of 2020, but when everything happened, we had to cancel the trip. So I'm just simply accompanying the bishop to help out in whatever way I can. And so it is that he's here for confirmation. So we came here to France, and then we're going to go to Germany, and then down to Italy, and then head back. But his purpose is mission work, but doing confirmations.
Sure.
Yes.
So my last question would be, are you seeing, in light of the recent motu proprio from Francis, you may heard about it, Traditionis Custodes, did you notice any increase of interest from traditional Catholics in union with the Vatican II Church? Did you see some interest or increasing interest from these people into the so-called St. Adventist position, or even the Cmri specifically?
So it hasn't even been a month since it was issued, but I believe it was issued on July 16th,
Yes.
Our Lady of Mount Carmel. But I have, after when it was issued, I thought to myself, I wonder if I'll see new faces. And sure enough, I did see new faces. The parish is a large parish, so unfortunately I don't always get a chance to meet everyone, that's every new person that comes, but I can say that I did see new faces, and I thought to myself, this very likely is from that.
Yes.
But overall, I say since many things have been happening since the March of last year of 2020, that there has been an increase of people even from the Novus Ordo, when their churches were locked down, just seeing that, okay, there's something going on here, and they were able to ask questions and do a lot of research. So I've seen a lot of people start coming on account of that.
All right, so thank you once again, Father,
Yes.
for your time.
Yes, you're welcome.
And thank you once
All
again.
right, you're welcome. God bless you.
Thank you.